Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we apparently don't have a pitcher ready. So I guess it's a Zap day. Jonathan not quite there. Alright, well, is what it is. This is game 2 against the A's. We've got one more game tomorrow, and then we will be done with interleague play. Squirrels did win yesterday, 1-0. Scored one run in the first inning, and that was it. So there you can see the Squirrels taking the field with the normal lineup. And as mentioned, we do have Zap on the mound today. Zap has had the best year of his career, I do believe. I've also leaned on him heavier than I feel like we normally have. A lot more spot starts out of him this year. So, I'm kind of hoping that means he can sneak onto the All-Star team, but we'll see. Chris Denorfia in the box. It starts off with a pitch that's too low. There's a called strike. And this pitch down and away, or maybe just a bit outside. In any case, it's not a strike. There's the ground ball to short. Joey will pick that up. One away. Teruhito Iguchi to the plate. He starts off with strike one on the outside corner. And hits towards second. Kester picks it up and throws to first. Two away. Eric Chavez to the plate. Sorry, I'm recording this earlier than usual, and I feel like I've got a lot more coughs going on. Haven't quite sorted everything out yet. Chavez, though, with an 0-2 count, and he will hit this foul down the third base line. Swing and a miss, strike three. That ends the top of the first inning. Kester will lead things off in the bottom of the first. The A's look to have the lineup that we've been seeing lately in the game. Josh Fogg on the mound. And first pitch to Kester is a bit outside. Fogg sporting an almost 10 ERA. That seems less than ideal. Kester puts that into right field for a leadoff single. That'll bring Marvin to the plate. He will bat left-handed. First pitch is called a strike. Another called strike. Neither pitch looked great, to be real honest. This one is called out of the zone. Called strike three. I think Marvin came away from that at-bat awfully frustrated. But 1 on, 1 out. Chief fouls the first pitch away. Then another called strike. Called strike three. Up to Terry then. Runner on first with 2 outs. First pitch called a strike. Line foul. Swing and a miss, strike three. That'll end the inning. Squirrels get a hit, but no runs. And Frank Thomas is going to lead things off. I'm going to have to get a Kleenex.
Number 35, Frank Thomas, first baseman.
All right, Frank Thomas with a 1-2 count after fouling that last pitch off. Blooper towards first. Terry has to scoop it up and then step on the bag. One down, Elegant Joe to the plate. He grounds this one foul over by first base. Popped into the air. Kester waiting near second, and he will make the grab. 2 down. Torrey Hunter to the plate. He looks at strike one. Ground ball to third. Chief to first. And that will end the top of the second. Frank will lead off things for the Squirrels in the bottom of the second. Still no score. Fogg starts things off with the slider that's called a strike. Seems like Fogg's getting away with throwing any old thing up there, and umpire will bring it up. Frank gets a base hit out into right. So that'll bring Tom to the plate after another leadoff single. First pitch is called a strike. Again, didn't look great. This one fouled away. That pitch was pretty much right down the middle, and Tom just plain missed it. 1 on, 1 out. Zach at the plate. Fogg does not get the call this time. Does on that slider. Fouled off by first. Frank Thomas will make the grab. So 2 outs. Runner on first. Joey to the plate. He will look at strike one. Up and out. This one inside. Umpire suddenly tightening up here. Joey into right center, center field. Don't know exactly how you want to classify that one. Right on that line. Moves Frank on over to third base. So we got runners on the corners with 2 outs, but Zap, the pitcher, up at the plate. Doesn't have a lot of at-bats. Is hitting 63 in the ones he does have. Grounds to third. Chavez does not make a good throw, but Thomas is able to handle it. So 3 hits now for the Squirrels, but no runs. We've got Omar Vizquel leading things off for the A's in the top of the third. First pitch misses outside. Goes back to the breaking ball and misses even worse. Line drive into left field. That'll be the first A's hit of the day. And as we were reminded the last time we played the A's, Omar Vizquel, the active hits leader. Jamal to the plate. He does have some major league hits, or at least one major league hit now, but it wasn't against us. And this looks like a tailor-made double play, and it sure is. Mark that one down, 4-6-3. So that'll bring Josh Fogg to the plate. I'm sure it can't be too many at-bats, but he's batting .600 in what he's got. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. And he's going to get a base hit into center field. Marvin gets things back in. Oh, throw wasn't very good, and Fogg's able to sneak in with a double. When he started going for second, I thought he was dead meat, but throw not close to the base at all. So that'll bring Denorfia to the plate, and he starts off with a 2-0 count. Then he's going to put this ball into shallow left, and that's going to score a run. A's take the early 1-0 lead today. Aguchi to the plate. Runner on first with 2 outs. First pitch is called a strike. And that one's a bit high. Ground ball right to first. Terry will step on the bag, and that will end the inning, but the A's take the early 1-0 lead. Teams now tied in hits at 3 apiece. Kester will come to the plate for the Squirrels to start the bottom of the third. Kester with a base hit in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one. Grounds this one to second. Aguchi will take care of that. 1 down. Marvin to the plate. Struck out looking in his first at-bat and was not happy about it. Hits this one. It's going to be pulled foul. Here's a called strike 2. Called strike 3. I will say those were both solid strikes. Chief also struck out looking at his first at-bat. And he looks at strike 1 here. 2 down, nobody on base. This fastball too far outside. There's a called strike to make it 1-2. Line drive. Oh, Noguchi actually came pretty close to catching that, but it does go into the outfield for a base hit. 1 on with 2 outs. Terry struck out swinging in his first at-bat and looks at strike 1 here. Curveball down by Terry's feet. This one up by his head. Now we've got a 2-1 count. Make it 3-1. That pitch down and in again. Ooh, swing and a miss. We got a full count, 2 outs. Chief will be off after this. They check on him over at first. Now he'll take off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As we go into the 4th inning, A's still leading 1-0. Eric Chavez due up for Oakland. He struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at ball 1 here. Actually, Chavez the only strikeout Zap has gotten today. Oh, that one sailed. We got a 3-0 count. There's a strike. Chavez taking all the way. Hits this one, a ground ball to first. Terry steps on the bag. 1 down, Frank Thomas. Ground out, I do believe, to Terry in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 over the inside corner. Ground ball to short. Joey with a bit of a long throw, but he has a very strong arm. 2 down, Elegant Joe popped up to Kester in his first at-bat. He will look at a ball, too low. This one called a strike. Looked like it might have been a bit high. Same location, same call though. 1-2. Popped up again. Kester going into fairly deep right field for him, but he does make the catch. So still 1-0 A's as we go to the bottom of the 4th, where Frank will lead things off for the Squirrels. Frank with the base hit in his first at-bat. Looks at this pitch, down and in. Ground ball, Vizquel to first, 1 away. Tom struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. And I don't blame Tom for not swinging in either of those. That one was a solid strike. So Tom looks at 3 straight strikes, brings Zach to the plate. He had a foul pop up to first in his first at-bat, grounds this one to short, and that'll end the inning. We'll go into the 5th inning. Still a 1-0 A's lead. Torrey Hunter will lead things off for Oakland. First pitch to Torrey Hunter is called a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Only the second strikeout for Zap today. Omar Vizquel got a base hit in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Sorry, coughing fit. Oh. Vizquel grounds this one to second. Kester takes care of that. That will bring Jamal to the plate. He ground into a double play in his last at-bat. As he looks at a ball low. Hits this ground ball to first. Terry steps on the bag, and that will end the top of the 5th. Still 1-0 Oakland. Joey will lead things off for the Squirrels in the bottom half of the inning. Joey did get a base hit in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at the first pitch here. Hits this one to Gucci. Just needed to pull it a little more towards the middle, but no dice. Zap, ground out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one here. Looks at strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 away. That was strikeout number 8 on the day for Fogg after 2 trips through the Squirrels' order. Kester 1 for 2 today. Looks at ball 1. Looks at a strike. Yeah, that pitch is too low. We got a 2-1 count. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. And this is fouled away. Still 2-2. 2 outs. Nobody on base. Fouled away again. And Kester. Oh, sorry, I was thinking it was a full count. Now it's a full count, and Kester puts it into left field for his second hit of the day. A 2-out single brings Marvin to the plate. He struck out looking both times. Both times I think he's felt a bit cheated up there. Has a 2-0 count right now, though. Well, that was a very hittable pitch. Marvin was taking all the way. Hits this one, but it's a ground ball to second, and that will end the inning. Still 1-0 A's as we go into the 6th. Josh Fogg due up for the A's. And Fogg came away with a double in his last at-bat. And would come around to score so far the only run of the game. Grounds this one to third. Chief over to first with it. 1 away. That'll bring Chris Denorfia to the plate. Drove in the lone run of the game in his last at-bat. Looks at strike one here. Looks at strike two. Pitch a tad high. And this one just a bit inside. It's now 2-2. Misses again. We got a full count. Norfia swings the bat and pops it back up to Zap. 2 down. And that'll bring Iguchi to the plate. He has ground out in both at-bats so far today. Looks at strike one here. Grounds this one to second, and that will end the top of the 6th inning. Zap gets through 6 innings, gives up 3 hits, 1 run, so not a bad outing. The problem is the Squirrels have not given him any support. 5 hits and nothing to show for it. Chief is 1 for 2 on the day. He starts off with strike one. Hits this one into left, but well foul. 0-2. Called strike 3 up in the zone. So 1 down. Terry is struck out swinging in both at-bats today. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss. Makes it 0-2. Terry hits this one into center field. Torrey Hunter makes the catch. 2 away. Frank at the plate. He is 1 for 2. Hits this one into right field. That'll be his second hit of the day. Tom to the plate is struck out in both at-bats so far. Starts this pitch off with a changeup in the dirt. And this changeup misses. I'm guessing inside. And then a fastball for strike one. Fouled away. That'll make it a 2-2 count. As they check over on Frank at first. Another fouled off pitch. Still 2-2. Ground ball to second. Throw goes to first, and that will end the 6th inning. Still 1-0 A's. Eric Chavez due up for the A's. So we will go ahead and change pitchers. Get Johnston in there into Tom's spot, which will bring Martinez into the game.
Your attention, please. Now coming on the pitch for Indianapolis, number 27, Johnston.
All right, Chavez 0 for 2 today. And he looks at strike one on an iffy pitch. Just not sure it's been a great game for the umpire behind the plate today. Chavez pops this one up in foul territory over by the left-handed batter's box. Martinez makes the catch. That'll bring Frank Thomas to the plate. He has ground out in both of his at-bats. Has an 0-2 count. And Johnston does not get that call. Does get a swing and a miss on that high fastball for the second out of the inning. Elegant Joe has popped out in both of his at-bats, and he'll look at strike one to open this at-bat. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Oakland still leading 1-0. Zach will lead things off for the Squirrels on the other side.
Rise and join the singer.
All right, Zach is 0 for 2 today. Josh Fogg's still out on the mound, though he's pitched a shutout so far, so why not? Sitting at 9 strikeouts on the night. Has Zach at an 0-2 count. There it is, strikeout number 10 on the day. That'll bring Joey to the plate. He is 1 for 2. Hits this one a weak ground ball to second. 2 down. Martinez, his first at-bat of the day, came in as part of the double switch. Looks at strike one. Fouled away. That'll make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. That ends the 7th inning. A's still leading 1-0. And they will start off with Torrey Hunter at the plate. Squirrels have doubled up the A's on hits, but unfortunately, the only category that really matters is the runs column. Torrey Hunter with an 0-2 count. And he will not go down on that pitch, stays outside. Johnston with the sinker. Fly ball to right. Zach chasing it down, and he runs out of room. It goes off the sidewall out there. Ground ball to first. That's also foul. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. One down. Omar Vizquel is 1 for 2. First pitch is a bit high. This one down and out. It's 2-0. Foul tip. Swing and a miss. That'll make it 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 2 down. Jamal to the plate. He is 0 for 2. He's put the ball on the ground twice. The first one turned into a double play. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. And that will be fouled away. This pitch down in the dirt. is up the middle. That's the first hit we've seen out of him. He apparently has had others, but couldn't prove it by our games. Josh Fogg to the plate is 1 for 2. Did score the only run of the game so far. And he has an 0-2 count after that swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again, strike 3. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Squirrels running out of time, and they still trail by a run. They will start off with the top of their order, though. Kester 2 for 3 on the day. Fogg starting to wipe his brow. Kester fouls the first pitch back. I would imagine if things hold, then the A's would go to their closer, although I don't know who that is. Kester with the 1-2 count. He swings and misses for strike 3. 1 out. Marvin to the plate. He is 0 for 3. Did finally put the ball in play in his last at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss. Makes it 0-2. Hits this one in the air. Torrey Hunter going for it, and he will make the grab. Chief 1 for 3. Couple strikeouts. Got a single in between those strikeouts. First pitch way outside. And this one is too low. It's 2-0. Low again, make it 3-0. So an over for a strike. Chief taking all the way. Hits this one, and it will hook foul. Not by much. We got a full count with 2 outs. Nobody on base. And that's a walk. That'll bring Terry to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Hit his last pitch into center, or last at-bat. Hit a fly ball into center. Grounds this one. Aguchi has to go into the hole, but he's able to get it back to second in time. So we will head into the 9th inning. A's at the top of their order, and they are still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Denorfia 1 for 3. His one hit did drive in the 1 run. Going to go ahead and keep Johnston out there. Worry about pinch hitting next inning. Denorfia fouls that one away. He's got an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, Aguchi to the plate. He's hit 3 ground balls in this game, none of them for hits. First pitch out of the zone. And a swing and a miss to make it 1-1. Ground ball to third. Chief will take care of that. 2 away. Eric Chavez 0 for 3 today. First pitch inside. This is fouled away. 1-1. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. And that Johnston does not get the call. Goes back to the slurve. That one will get through the middle. That is Chavez's first hit of the day. That will bring Frank Thomas to the plate. He is also 0 for 3. Struck out in his last at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Pops this one up. Johnston will field it himself behind the mound. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Still a 1-0 ball game. And the Squirrels will start off with Frank at the plate. The A's will go to their closer, who is apparently A-Bar. All right, Frank is 2 for 3 today. Looks at a ball down in the dirt. This one is inside. Make it 3-0. There's a called strike. Frank, no thoughts of swinging. Does swing at this one, and he gets a good charge into it. It's going to get over Torrey Hunter's head. And I do believe it one hopped the wall. A leadoff double. That's a pretty good start when you're down one. He will go with Quinton. He will bat left-handed against Ibar. First pitch catches the outside corner. As does that one, I guess. 0-2. This is going to be fouled away. Still 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Runner in scoring position with one out. Zach at the plate. I don't think he's gotten a hit today, but I'm not super confident in that. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. There's a called strike, makes it 1-2. Popped it up. Ibar's going to field it himself. Squirrels down to their final out. Tying run still on second base. Joey does have at least one hit today as he looks at strike one here. Swing and a miss. Squirrels down to their last strike. And that's not it. It bounces in. Ground ball to first. Thomas will step on first, and the Oakland A's, I believe for the first time in 5 tries, defeat the Squirrels. Final score, Oakland Athletics 1, Indianapolis Squirrels 0. Squirrels with plenty of chances, but, well, not about plenty, but they had chances to score something and just could not cash anything in. The A's only cashed in one, but that's all it took today. A reversal of yesterday's game where the Squirrels basically did the same thing to the Brewers. Ibar and Norfier are going to share player of the game honors. So thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we've got a rubber game tomorrow against the A's. We'll see you then.